Hi everyone, thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to touch on some important aspects of language development. We are going to talk about phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, and their relationship with literacy development. So, first, we're going to start with phonology. Phonology is when the individual is aware of the sounds of language. It is if a child can identify sounds that is made with language, then they are able to develop further language skills. For many years, speech pathologists have used phonology to identify how individuals receive sounds and produce them. Phonology is the foundational skill for a successful literary development journey. In it is, let's say, step one to understanding how important language is and how each component plays a vital role in language development. So, let me give you an example of phonology. An example is like a word pop up. Someone with the skill of phonology will be able to hear and identify that there are two P sounds coming from the word pop up. So, pop, the beginning letter, P, and then up, the last letter, P. Next, we're going to talk about morphology. Morphology derived from the Greek word morphe. The major aspect of morphology is to connect sounds to help any given word have a meaning. It is crucial to understand morphology for literary development because understanding the meaning of words is the pivotal point of reading. Reading is just reading, but understanding is different. Example, like the word, say, dog, meaning one. But if you add an S to the word dog, making it dogs, meaning more than one, hence making it plural. Next, we're going to talk about syntax. First, let me just say that a sentence must be grammatically correct to make sense, which is exactly what syntax is. Syntax follows the subject plus verb plus direct object formula, which helps writers form appropriate sentences. If the sentence is not grammatically correct, it is written with no sense, and an individual is just reading as it's written without any corrections, then comprehending the sentences is difficult. Literacy development can be hindered. So let me give you an example of syntax. So we are taught how to write sentences grammatically correct for them to make sense. We do not write sentences like, hungry is Tom. Instead, the grammatically correct way we are taught is Tommy, who is the subject, is, which is the verb, and then Tom, hungry, which is the direct object. Next, we're going to talk about semantics. Semantics uses the same formula as syntax. It is the study of meaning in language. It is crucial for literacy development because it will enhance students' vocabulary skills. If a student is constantly exposed to unfamiliar words with their meanings, it helps enhance their reading comprehension and writing skills. Semantics could also be used in social interactions, given an initial response more meaning beyond just, say, spoken words. Example, when someone asks, "How are you?" and you answer, "I am fine," even if you are not fine. Lastly, I believe, is pragmatics. pragmatics is mostly related to being verbal and nonverbal. It means what the speaker implies and what the listener infers based on the conversation. It is important to literacy development that an individual can analyze the conversation at hand consciously. Example: the father asks, "What do you want for dessert?" The child replies, "Ice cream is good this time of year." The child did not directly answer the question, but if the father has pragmatic competence, then he will infer that the child wants ice cream for dessert. It is crucial to understand these components of linguistics for both typical and atypical students. When you, as the educator, understand where the child needs to be academically according to the following components, then you can create lessons and assessments built around the student's strengths and weaknesses in hopes of enhancing these literacy skills. Each of these components have their own importance, which is why educators have to ensure that they're taking their time with each step and making sure that their students understand what is occurring with each of these components in literary development. One thing that they can do is parents and teachers can do is activities. It can help enhance language and literary development. Parents and educators, like I said, can help their children a lot by doing these activities. The simplest activity that you could do with your child, and it'd be very beneficial for them, is reading. Reading every day with your child is the building block to developing lifelong skills that will benefit our children. Reading exposes children to unfamiliar words which lead to conversations about unfamiliar words, which will teach them more about the world around them. Another simple thing parents and teachers can do: singing. Singing helps children to develop listening skills. And by developing these listening skills, they are able to listen to rhymes and rhythms within the song. Singing will allow children to pay close attention to small words, because singing slows down, hence allowing the listening. So when you're listening, you can hear the different notes and the syllables. But I think the main takeaway of this informational webinar is that remembering literacy skills is something we carry with us for the rest of our life. Practicing from an early age will make it less hard as we get older. Read a book, have a conversation, sing songs. Again, thank you for listening. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.